We're really excited, to be participating in the New Mexico Bowl. It's a heck of a way to cap off our season. And particularly playing an opponent like TCU, who, at 8-4 coming out of the Big 12, that's a huge opportunity, huge game for us. And anytime you're playing in postseason, it's a good thing. This bowl game is certainly one that we're proud to be a part of.
Any questions for Coach?
Afternoon, Coach. If I counted right, there are 7 bowl games that are matching Power Four conference teams against a group of 5 teams. Coach Dykes was talking about when he was back at Tech. That was a little bit of a motivation for them that they were, sometimes not given the chance to play against Power Four teams. Do your guys look at it like that, or is that sort of something that's not quite as important as it used to be?
Well, no, I mean, I think it's important. I think anytime you get an opportunity to play a team like this, naturally it's exciting for your team. And, I think you have to perform well in the regular season to get these opportunities. I think any postseason play you get into, I think is certainly it's a blessing and it's something that you're thankful for. When you get to play, a team like this that, I think is a heck of a football team and really well coached. I think it's nothing but a bonus for your team and something that certainly our guys are excited about.
If I could ask, it's been about 3 weeks since Ben got hurt. You've got almost 3 more weeks till the bowl. Is there any possibility that he would be possibly available for you?
Yes, there's a possibility. Certainly we got to make sure that he's ready for all that, but it's definitely possible. And, I know he wants to get back. So, we're going to work towards that for sure.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yep, thank you.
Jared Chester from PRQE News 13 in Albuquerque. I'm just wondering if you have any ties to New Mexico or you played at University Stadium, anything like that.
Well, I do not. I've actually only been to New Mexico to play New Mexico State, and we actually stayed in El Paso. So have not spent a whole lot of time in New Mexico, neither of our players. So that's a pretty cool, unique opportunity for us. I think that's one of the coolest things about football is it takes you in places that, you haven't been and maybe wouldn't go in a normal situation. So, no, it's a really cool experience for us. And it's something that we don't have a lot of ties to it, but we're certainly very excited about getting the opportunity to participate in this bowl game.
And then I saw that you have Coach Barlow on your staff. He actually coached you kind of leaning on him on, I guess, everything Albuquerque type deal.
Well, we just found out about it yesterday, and so we're working through. Obviously, today being the first day of the portal being open, so we're over here like everybody trying to put out fires and trying to figure out what your roster looks like going forward. So we hadn't got a lot of time to talk about it, but we're gonna meet tomorrow as a staff, talk about our plan for it, and certainly hope he's got some nuggets for us and a little bit of insight of some things that we can do to make the experience even better.
Sean
Ryder, Albuquerque Journal. I don't know how much you mentioned the portal, obviously going on too, so I imagine it's a priority. But I don't know how much tape you've been able to watch. But what have you kind of seen from TCU if you've been able to watch any bit?
Yeah, I haven't gotten into a whole lot of it. I mean, they're a good football team. What I've seen so far, big athletic front, on both sides of the ball. They got a bunch of skill guys. I mean, they're averaging over 33 points a game, over 400 yards a game. And on defense, they're only giving up, I think, about 26 points a game, which in the Big 12 is hard to do. There's a lot of really explosive, really good offenses in that league. So, they've got a really good group. It's really well put together. Coach Dykes, little familiarity with him, from his time in the state and all that. But, he's done a phenomenal job everywhere he's been. And, this team is really well put together. They play the game the right way. They throw the ball around the yard. They've got some weapons out there. But certainly, like I said, they're big and athletic on both lines of scrimmage. And, for us, it's going to be we got a task ahead of us, so we're going to have to do a great job in prep and getting ready for that. And you have to be able to handle the physicality of it for sure.
Dan?
Yeah, Coach, obviously you had your banquet last night, first chance you'd really had to be with the team. How do you think they've sort of bounced back and pushed that the Saturday night game sort of in the background?
Well, Saturday night was certainly disappointing. Didn't play the way we wanted to play. And, that's football. You have some of those nights that are like that. And, it wasn't our night, and you got to give credit where it's due. Marshall did a great job, and we didn't perform well. So you always look forward to the next opportunity. You got to wait a few weeks for this one, but certainly it's an opportunity. It's a heck of an opportunity against a great opponent. This would be this will be the best team we play this year. So, you got to move on, got to move forward, and you got to get your eyes focused on what's going to help you win the next one. And I think our kids have done a good job of that all year. Kind of regrouping after disappointment. And this week certainly the weeks leading up to this bowl game, we're going to have to prepare really well to have an opportunity to go out there and play well.
Have you looked at your scheduling yet? What you'll do between now and then?
Yeah, we have. That's kind of what yesterday was about, more so than really opponent scouting, really more than anything. It's planning out a schedule for these guys. This week they've got finals. So the benefit of it being, a later bowl game is you can let them focus on finals this week. We'll get them up here a little bit and get them moving around, but really start working next week towards getting ready for the bowl game. It being a Saturday kind of lets you take that last week and turn it into a normal prep week, Sunday through Saturday. But you get some bonus practices in here, especially next week where, our young guys are going to get a lot of work, which is great. Old guys, you got to plan to keep the sword sharp and, got to build in rest time, which is what we need. It's 13 games is a long season to play. Having this 14th week, this bowl game with a little break in between, I think is a blessing for sure.
I could ask one more. Obviously, tomorrow night, Kenny Almendares, he's in Florida. He's one of the last three for the Lou Groza. What do you think of his chances?
I mean, he's there, right? So he's got a real shot at this thing. I know everyone that's on that list, and certainly all three of those guys as finalists are all very deserving. But Kenny has been absolute nails for us, man. He's been lights out, and he's been a real weapon. Anytime you get you get across the 50, you're not far away from getting some points on the board, and he's been phenomenal for us. One of his misses was 60 yards, and he had plenty of leg on it, and the other one was into, I think, 54 into a heck of a headwind. So, it's hard to believe there's anybody who's performed better than him. I wish him luck for sure, and he's made us proud his whole career here. So it would be nothing but icing on the cake, if he can go out there and he can go cap off his career with an award like this. I mean, it would be absolutely phenomenal.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.
Jamarcus?
Hey, Coach. When you look at the opportunity to, play another Power 4 team and potentially get another big win, what would that do for the program moving forward, especially with, college football playoff pictures and all of those things like that for future seasons? How would that help the program in getting a win against a team like TCU?
Well, I think anytime we get to play a Power 4, opponent, it's always a big deal for us. The opportunity to beat a really good team like TCU is something that kind of propels you forward in the next year. And, I think the cool thing about this new playoff format is that, for everyone out there's some hope, and being the team that makes it. And, every team out there, that's the goal, right? Is to get to play for the prize at the end. And for us, it's no different. So I think if you can finish this season with a win against a team like TCU and finish with 11 wins, that puts you in a better starting spot next year, which, truthfully, a lot of times that has a lot to do with where you end up in the end. Now, naturally, you have to handle your business. But this propels you kind of forward through the offseason and gives you some momentum going into the next year. It certainly, puts you into, the national spotlight a little bit, and it increases your chances. So, for us, it's all about this week and about taking care of this, and if you can get this win, there are benefits of it, I think, in the offseason on the back end for sure.
Anyone else got anything for Coach?
Yeah, Coach, the 3-week break, is it in the trenches where that could really pay off? And if so, like, how could that really benefit y'all this break? Because I know y'all had a lot of injuries in the O-line down the stretch.
Yeah, I think that might be where it pays, the biggest dividends. On the O-line, those guys, man, they go through a whole year. It's constant banging and grinding. And, as the year went on, we kind of, we were trying to get healthy week by week, getting one step closer to the game. And, I think, Saturday, certainly we wasn't our best effort, wasn't the best that we wanted to play up front. So, I think for us this week, especially, it's about treatment and rehabilitation and getting those guys right. And then we'll spread the workout over the following week and then get into a game prep week, which I think we have a good plan there. So I think that's probably the group it benefits the most. But, we talked about Ben having an opportunity to play. The 3 weeks is huge for him, to see if he's really ready to go. And then, everybody's got nicks and bruises and all that stuff. So, to us, it's like I said, I think it's a huge benefit after you go 13 games to have a little bit of a break in there where you can kind of, get your bearings straight, kind of get a little bit healthier, and then, get ready to go play your last one.
Anything else for Coach?
Coach, I got something totally off the wall, but I know eating down in your part of the world is pretty good. The flavors, the food, the Louisiana cuisine is great. And we're pretty proud of our flavors in New Mexico. How adventurous are you when you come to new flavors and come in a new part of the world? Because red chili, green chili's in almost everything.
Well, we like spicing our food down here too. So I'll try pretty much anything once. So I'm not scared of it. We down here we'll eat just about anything. So I've heard nothing but great things about the food and the hospitality in New Mexico. To say that we're excited is like really an understatement. This is a really cool, unique opportunity for us in every way imaginable. So yeah, I'll try it all. I'm not scared of it.
I got a good dinner for you Thursday night. Looking forward to having you down here.
It sounds good. I look forward to it.